Whether we like it or not, we live in a social media world.
Even if you have sworn off Facebook, you still see it in everyday life if someone you know wants to show you a funny post or gossip, and you can't even escape it on TV.
And as with everything in life, there are very annoying habits people display when indulging in their social media outlets. And this is 10 of the most annoying Facebook and texting habits. Number 10 on our 10 most annoying Facebook/texting habits. Passive-aggressive posts. Yes, we've all seen these, and most of us are guilty of it. Has there ever been someone you wanted to publicly blast but wanted to avoid backlash? Then just simply post something along the lines of, I hate it when people say they got your back no matter what, but when it comes down to it, they won't even answer a text. You know whoever crossed you will probably see the post and will most likely realize that they're the subject. But if they ever try to call you out, all you have to say is, I never said it was you. Now they've confirmed their douchebaggery to the world, and you can still maintain your own integrity by swearing it wasn't directed towards them. Win-win. Except now you have publicly announced that you have no spine. Maybe I'm bitter towards it because I've been on the receiving end of one of these posts. But the fact remains that they're still incredibly annoying.
Number 9. Group text messages. Now, I don't fault the sender of these cursed group texts. Say you have news you need to tell several people, and while you could send multiple messages saying the same thing, why not take a shortcut and send it all in one message? No, the fault lies with the recipients. Okay, here's the scenario. Susan just got engaged and quickly sends out a group text of her and the love of her life with the sparkling diamond. The first wave to brace yourself for is the expected slew of, oh, congratulations! Who's the guy? I'm so excited! When's the wedding? And immediately following are the ones who just don't seem to know how group texts work. You have Group A, who doesn't realize that they're sending their responses to everyone in the group text, and then there's Group B, who doesn't know why all these random numbers keep texting their phone. So, here's how it works. Once a group text is sent, all those on the recipient list are now involved in basically a chat in the form of a text message. Now, any text sent by anyone within the group can be seen by all parties involved. Pro tip: if you ever receive a group text, which can be determined by seeing a familiar contact like Susan plus a whole bunch of unknown numbers, just back out of the message, find Susan in your contacts, and then send your reply directly to her. You'll save a lot of people stress by doing so, and maybe avoid having to explain to someone you're only trying to congratulate your bestie on the proposal.
Number 8. Sharing clickbait articles. While some clickbait articles are worth the read, plenty are not near as unbelievable as they claim to be. Here's how they look. A girlfriend receives a text from her ex. You won't believe her response. While some of these will contain a witty or crazy story, most will simply end with, she told him you're my ex for a reason. While this isn't as harmful as it is annoying, some of these articles will literally tell the reader that in order to read the article, they must share it on Facebook. Some people fall right into it and quickly share it to see what's in store for the douchebag ex. Meanwhile, others, enticed by the newly shared article, add views to a gimmick. Will it impact my life profoundly? Nah, but it does cause me to waste precious time scrolling through garbage to see the jewels Facebook has to offer.
Number 7. Selfies coupled with unrelated posts. I don't know why this one bothers me because, as with most annoyances on Facebook, a post can simply be scrolled past and no one loses sleep. Yet it does irritate me, and I might not be the only one. Here's what happens. Susan spent an extra hour making herself look fabulous for the day. She was so struck by her own cuteness that she just had to share it with the world. But Susan, like many of us, knows plenty of people who post selfies all day with captions like, feeling myself today, or damn I look hot. Susan doesn't want people to think she's self-absorbed and fishing for comments, so she includes a post like, on my way to work, or going to Starbucks. Well, if you have a friend on Facebook, chances are you know who they are, or at least what they look like. So it's not necessary to include a selfie with every mundane post. Susan isn't just going to Starbucks, no. She's going to Starbucks looking too cute.
Number 6. Responding to, from the heart, or important text with very few words. Now, texting is vital in everyday lives to quickly convey a message without laboring over a 5-minute phone conversation. But when a girlfriend or boyfriend sends an elaborate message describing their deep-rooted and undying love for the other, it seems like a punch to the genitals if the only response is, "Me too, thanks," or "okay." This can easily lead to questions of devotion in the relationship, and an "I'm too busy to be bothered" response can turn into a fight or resentment. Or say there's an important decision facing two individuals, with one proposing various solutions to the matter. A response like, "I don't know," or "I don't care," "I guess," or even "okay," leaves a feeling of non-concern. And if the matter is really important, can create a strain by placing the burden of the situation on one person. Moral of the story, if one person takes a couple seconds to be thoughtful or proactive, you should always return the favor.
Number 5. Chain letters. Wait, these are still a thing? Sadly, the answer is yes, and while they aren't nearly as prevalent as they were 10 years ago, they still find their way to social media. Here's what they look like. Typically, they will bait you in with an emotionally gripping or uplifting story. Once you become enthralled in the story, it will end with some type of "repost and God will bless you with money," or even something along the lines of "share if you love Jesus, ignore if you enjoy eternity in the flames of hell," which attempts to provoke a need to repost. And just like number 7, these can be scrolled past if you want people to know that you serve the Dark Lord Lucifer.
Number 4. Claiming to be indisposed while posting to Facebook. Facebook is a very public social media outlet and can definitely tell on someone inadvertently. The scenario: Susan ignores an incoming call from Nancy and sends a text saying, "Can't talk, in a meeting at work." Immediately after, Nancy sees a post by Susan with a picture of her at the beach with the caption, "Spending time with the bestie." Yes, my friends, it has come to pass that Facebook is now capable of exposing your lies. It can be as harmless as Susan hanging out with her friend and didn't want to be bothered with negative Nancy. Or can go even darker. Susan also sent a text to her boss that morning claiming to be severely ill. Her boss is friends with her on Facebook and sees her beach post. Now, Susan's job is at stake and she has successfully alienated a friend. Thanks a lot, Facebook.
Number 3. Name this without this letter in its name. These are annoying simply because they're always presented as if they're uncommonly difficult to do. Here's how they look. Name a city with the letter A in it. Harder than it sounds. Now, these posts are curtailing off similar posts that were actually somewhat difficult. And at first they were novel and somewhat exciting. Now they're seen all over feeds across the world, and naming a city without an A in it isn't too difficult.
Number 2. Game request. Ugh. There is no doubt that most of us have fallen victim to the mindless yet addicting Facebook games. And what comes with that are the pesky game requests so you can get an extra life and continue your Candy Crush siege. While settings do exist to prevent requests from ever entering your feed, it always seems to happen. I've altered the settings so many times to stop the requests and still get them. Now, they're just one more thing I have to scroll past or ignore during my daily Facebook devotional. Ugh, hashtag first world problems.
And now to the number 1 annoyance in the world of social media. Posting opinions on controversial topics with the sole purpose of instigating a war on Facebook. Now, there's no shortage of topics that garner devout followings for or against the subject matter, like gay marriage or the recent Confederate flag debacle. And while most are willing to engage in friendly debates on the pros and cons, plenty will purposefully spew hateful comments in order to provoke outcry, whether it be racial slurs or claims that anyone opposing their views are ignorant, stupid, or shouldn't even be alive. Now, I love a good debate and enjoying hearing views opposite of mine so that I can fully understand the reasoning behind it. Hell, it may even sway me to reconsider my original position. But what I detest the most is someone using opinions as though they were factual, and even worse, when they belittle or attack others or groups of people. Now, there's plenty of issues in the world, and creating another one just because someone doesn't agree 100% with something you believe in does not justify vulgar behavior. I know that last one got a little real, but there it is. The 10 most annoying Facebook and texting habits.
What were yours? Let us know in the comments below.
If you enjoyed the video, please smash that thumbs up and subscribe for more content.
And as always, thanks for watching. And we'll catch you next time.